So I'm not going to move my mouse. I'm just going to walk forward, but I'm going to keep my mouse more or less steady as she goes. And we're going to burrow into this mountain here and go back quite a ways in to make our protected hidey hole base. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 10. I'm an old guy gaming, and we just finished the part that wanted us to gather the 3 ores for the Robinson Protocol. So we are now going to head back up here, and it wants us to craft the chainsaw and gather wood. Well, we've already done that, but I guess we're going to have to do it again now. If I just take the chainsaw and put it on my toolbar, does that count? Nope, it actually wants me to craft another one. Doggone it. All right, well, we can do that. We can do that. Not the end of the world. What are we going to need? Mechanical components, electronics, and steel plates. Let's just put the steel plates in there, and we'll put, I guess we'll just need some silicon and some copper in there. Okay, so we'll make up another chainsaw, and then we'll harvest some wood, which, like I said, we've already been doing. So while we're doing that, we might as well grab some more iron. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. And let's go ahead and have some fun in this video. So I'm enjoying Empyrion Alpha 10 so far. It's not that much different from Alpha 9. There's some differences, of course, with the drilling and all that, and things yet that we have yet to experience, the base raids, the shields, all that sort of thing. But for the most part, it's very similar to the way it was before. I have pointed out in earlier videos that the resources, the surface resources, the boulders that you can mine for the ores and whatnot, seem to be quite a bit more abundant than they were in previous versions of the game, so there is that. This drilling is significantly better in terms of the yield and so forth that you can get in the amount of time you can, even with the starter tool. And I can't say that I'm gonna miss the mechanical drill. That thing kind of sucked. It was kind of cool, because of what it was, but let's face it, it kind of sucked too. Okay, so we've made our chainsaw. Let's just use the chainsaw that we currently have, and let's cut some wood. Okay, so we've satisfied that part of the quest. Now it's time to start building a base for yourself, Commander. Alright, so you need a base starter. We already have a base starter, but it's going to want me to make it, isn't it? Yep, I'm going to have to make it. Okay, so we need to go here, and we need to go here. Well, we need to make a core first, so let's just put all of that stuff back in there. And we'll craft a base starter. That's okay. I mean, oh shit. He's kind of scary looking. I'm not going to lie. That guy's scary looking. I don't think he'll mess with me if I don't mess with him. I don't think. What you up to, dude? You're level 3 pangolin. Well, he doesn't seem to be too terribly irritated that I'm close to him. Okay, congratulations. We got the foundation for our base. Okay, let's keep making fuel while we're doing all this rest of this stuff. Okay, so now it wants us to craft wood blocks. Oh, okay. I guess we have to get back in here. So, let's put the wood in there, and we want... It said 20 blocks, right? So... yeah, let's do 20 of those. Whatever this base is going to be, it's going to be the absolute bare minimum just to finish the quest. Because when we build our real base, it's going to be... Are those harvestable? It's going to be in a different location. And I'm not entirely sure how we're going to go about doing that either. I want to actually see how effective the Xerax R. So what we're probably going to do is make a somewhat of a basic base, but we're also going to have like a backup location. And the backup location is going to be much more secure. So we might do something along the lines of a hidey hole, you know, to keep stuff in, but then do a more basic exposed base just to see, you know, how they do. Because I'm curious to see how that's going to work. Because I'm guessing that, you know, if I do like a hidey hole type of base, if I like burrow into a mountain with just one entrance and then make that one entrance very well guarded, it's not likely that they're going to be able to do much about that. I could be wrong. I will be pleasantly upset if I am wrong about that. Okay, so place blocks around core. So let's grab this core here. Okay, we set the base there, and then once it's placed the base, the blocks around it. So we'll just surround it with these blocks. You know, it's funny too, whenever I build bases in Empyrion, I almost never start with wood. I usually go right to concrete, even in the very early game. Hello, pangolin buddy. Oh. Is that all at once? Whoops. Okay. Well, let's put this one right here. Okay, craft a small generator, craft a fuel tank. We can do that. We can do that. Let's go here. Small constructor, small generator. So we're missing something. Let's just put the rest of these resources back in here. We've got plenty of copper. We got plenty of silicon. We've got plenty of iron. Oh, it's available now. Okay. Not sure what I was missing, but that's okay. So a Jenny, and what else does it want us to do? A Jenny and a fuel tank. Clone chamber, capacitor, fuel tank. Those definitely look different than they used to. Okay, is it dark enough now for us to sleep? Because if it is, what we're going to do is we're going to queue up. We'll let those things finish, but let's queue up a stack of biofuel as well. There we go. Congratulations, you have successfully completed chapter, the basic building of Robinson Protocol. After placing the tank and generator, use P to access space, fill with biofuel, and Y to start it up. But you're not going to actually make me do it? Wait, do I have to do it? 'Cause I don't really want to do it right now. Nope, I guess we finished. Cool. All right, so how far along are we XP wise? I'm still only level 7. How do I find out where my XP is? I don't remember where that's at. Experience, XP, player. Where's it at? Where's my XP? Stats. Here we go. Oh, we are on the verge of 8, but we got to get to 12 before we can make our own hover vessel. So we still have a little bit of a ways to go. But you know what? Like I said, I don't want to do a base here. This is not what I want to do. It's too bad we couldn't recover this, but we can't. But we already have one anyway. So let's retreat. Oh, I don't have fuel. I gotta use this thing. We gotta find some promethium. That's what we gotta do. All right, so let's salvage this. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I think then our next order of business is actually going to be a base. We're going to have to do something about a base. So the first base that I want to build, how should we do this? I think the first thing I want to do is I want to make a secure location that we can keep stuff in. But again, like I said, then we'll actually build a real base just out in the open with blocks like you normally would, and we'll just see, you know, how badass the Xerax actually are now. Okay, I have not watched a video of anybody playing this game where they've been attacked by the Xerax yet, so I don't even know how it goes down. But remember, I have the enemies on the hardest setting too, so I have been underwhelmed in the past in this game with the dangerousness of the enemies overall. So if they can get to me, get to my base, blow me up, scare me, kill me, I'll be impressed. I really will. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mine up these 3 deposits by hand, because it's not going to take me that long to do actually with this new drill. So we're going to mine those up by hand, and then we're going to start looking for a place that we can create a a secure location, which is probably going to be a hidey hole of some sort. And then after that, then we'll get busy and build a real base. Okay, so that's the plan. So I think I'm going to cut the video here, get the rest of these mined, then I'll bring you back in a little while with an update on our progress of doing those 2 things. Okay, so I'll be back in a little bit. Bye. Alright guys, we're back. I ended up mining out the entire silicon deposit, but only mined the copper and the iron down to about 50%. It's just taking too damn long to do it. So we've got a pretty good supply though. We've got 139 silicon, 297 copper, and our iron is about 312-ish. So that should be plenty to get us started with. So what I want to do is I want to salvage a couple things out of this facility here, and then we're going to head out and start looking for a place to set up a secure base. A hidey hole base is what I'm planning on doing. Once that's in place and we have a secure location, then what we're going to do is we're going to build an above ground exposed base and see what the Xerax can actually do. But I'm not planning on staying here, so there's no point in us continuing or keeping this here. Let's delete that. So let's get the materials. We want to be in salvage mode. And we'll get the materials from all this stuff and take that with us and use that in our new base. So this is going to take a little while to do, so I'll probably go ahead and cut the camera here again while I salvage everything. There's no fuel in there for us to get. And then I'm going to start looking around, and these are crop plots, and looking for a place for us to make that hidey hole. Okay, so I will be back in a little while with that update, and we'll go from there. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay guys, we're back, and I think we found the place. We're going to go ahead and do our hidey hole, which is going to be in the side of a mountain basically. This place... Oh, you're going to shoot at my hover vessel, are you? They didn't used to shoot at vessels. But I think we're going to use this place because we have a pretty tall mountain that we can just kind of burrow into the side of. We're right next to Xerax territory, so we can jump on over into their territory and start pissing them off when we're ready to do so. And we have this little lake here that for water, so that we can use that for oxygen generators and stuff and that sort of thing. Okay, so whoa, I've noticed this thing, when it tips over, it doesn't right itself quite as easily as it used to be able to do. So basically, let's just kind of go on up here, up against this mountain somewhere nearby. And the goal of this first hidey hole base that we're going to do is to just kind of give us a secure location that I think, I could be completely wrong about this, by the way, but that I think, will allow us to be able to stay reasonably safe from the Xerax. And that's what, that's going to kind of be our real base, but we'll also build an actual, base outside that will not be protected by terrain, And that's the base that we'll use to see, what the Xerax can actually do. So we're kind of going to do it, as a little bit of a test to see, how badass they really are. All right, so let's hop out of here. And this is probably a good place to start here, because it starts getting pretty steep at this point. So let's see. I think what I want to do is let's just continue making biofuel. And we could also set the tent down and sleep. Oh, that kind of leveled out that little area for us, didn't it? That's interesting. We could maybe make that the entrance to the base then, right there, since it already started a little flat spot for us. Or do we want to go up a little higher where it gets just a tad steeper? Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. I want to go up a little higher. So, okay, let's go ahead and sleep. And that will turn us to morning and gives us 21 biofuels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's put some more stuff in here. Grab about half of that wood. And we'll just keep that going for now. All right, so let's see here. Might as well get this silicon out of the way. So what I'm thinking is we just kind of burrow into the mountain right about here-ish. If we get too much higher, then we're getting so steep that we can't walk anymore. But the steeper our entrance is, the easier it's going to be for us to protect it too. So maybe we'll start right here. We're facing rather almost exactly north, and we want to be more or less level too, which is kind of hard to tell for sure. But I'm thinking, with my crosshair on the horizon, that's probably pretty level right about there. Now we want to hold this fairly straight because this will do a nice even tunnel for us. Wait a minute. Yeah, resource drill, that's what we want. Do a nice even tunnel for us if we don't move it around too much. So I'm not going to move my mouse. I'm just going to walk forward, but I'm going to keep my mouse more or less steady as she goes. And we're going to burrow into this mountain here and go back quite a ways in to make our protected hidey hole base. It looks like it's popping up just a little bit there. But we can probably, once we get a hold of some promethium, we can probably use the filler flattener tool to fix that up a little bit. Let's look at this for a second. It's fairly flat. I'm afraid if I go down, it's going to put a big divot there. I don't know. Let's test that. No, that actually did a pretty good job of flattening that out. Okay. Did it though? No, see, that's going down a little further. Okay, well, let's just try and shave off the top here. We'll end up lining this with concrete blocks anyway, so it doesn't have to be super perfect, but I want it to be, I want it to be reasonably stout here. And like I said, I don't know if the NPCs have the ability to destroy terrain like with rockets and stuff now. If they can't do that, then depending upon, I guess, the range of their hacking ability, which I don't really, I mean, I did read that in the patch notes, but I don't really know the details of how all that works. We're gonna discover that. But you know, if they can't bust through terrain, and if their hacking range is, you know, relatively short, seems to me like, you know, you could do what I'm doing now, get a whole way back in the mountain, and be reasonably secure from them. I hope I'm wrong about that, actually. I hope they kick my ass and take my name. I'd be proud of them if they could do that. But that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Okay, let's do one more back. Okay, how far back are we? That's a pretty long ways back. I mean, I don't think we want to go too much further back than that, because then it takes us forever to get back into the base. And that gives us plenty of mountain, you know, to stay protected. Okay, so let's turn and face west this way, and we're going to start carving out a little cavern for ourselves. The other thing we have to figure out how to do is, can I get the hover vessel through there? It's going to be really tight doing that. Because one thing about that is we can't leave the hover vessel outside, or it's going to get pounded, you know, by the Xerax. So we need enough room to be able to park that inside too. Let's just try and see what happens. I'm going to grab this. Let's pick that tent up as well. We'll see if we can actually get this thing inside. Let's also, while I'm thinking about it, let's mark this as our home base. Actually, we'll call this our cave base. That's what we'll call it. Okay. Okay, so can we scooch this thing in here or not? I knew there was a reason why I made such a skinny hovercraft. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it's going to work. Oh, maybe it will. Watch us like get hopelessly stuck in here. All right. Well, I probably will end up widening this tunnel just a little bit more. In fact, you know, once we get to the point where we can use the camo miner, my own hovercraft, that is going to have to be widened some more anyway. But, you know, I think this works for now. I think this will get us started. Okay, guys, so it's time for us to end the episode. What I'm going to do is just continue carving this out some more, and I'm going to start making some concrete blocks as well. And so when I bring you back in the next episode, we'll be ready to start setting this base up and, you know, going from there. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Come and hang out with us on Discord. Come and hang out with me on a live stream. I do live stream several times a week on Twitch, and you can find the links to both of those places in the About section of the YouTube channel. Guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.